Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to Christmas in May. Today I will be sharing a 12 by 12 layout and I'm going to be documenting that photo of my Christmas tree that was taken on Christmas Eve of 2019. And I'm going to be using some items here from the Holly Jolly collection from Close to My Heart. Now I will go ahead and list all of the items I used today down in my description box, as well as the links to all of the other ladies participating in this hop today. Now this is a series here every month where we try to share with you guys projects that we are working on for the upcoming Christmas season, or maybe finishing up some previous projects we started and just did not get to complete. So here I'm going to be using these really cute elves, and these are from Close to My Heart. Yeah, you can see you get the stamp and thin cuts all together, and currently this is still available on the website. I'll go ahead and link it below. I'm going to show you guys some greeting cards that I created using these elves, which is in a previous video that I did for this series as well, and I'll link that down below. Now to color these in, I used these 3 Spectrum Noir markers, and I love these for beginner blending. If you're not really great at coloring and blending, this is a great marker to use for that. You can see there I used the lightest shade, then outlined in the darker one, went back over it with the medium one, with the medium shade, and blended it all together. For my stamping, I use the Intense Black, which is really great when you're using alcohol markers. And I use this Candy Apple and also this Clover that is a green. And I use those to stamp out the little clovers that you see that I'm going to use as embellishments. And here I'm just going to go ahead and put these 2 together. But if you'd like to see a more in-depth process on how to stamp out these elves and cut them out, you can go ahead and check out that video that's linked in my description box. So now to move on to my layout, I am going to trim this photo down. Now my idea for this layout, of course, is to have a Christmas tree shape. And I am going to use a plain white background. So I'm going to use these 2 elves as embellishments, and I'm going to begin by creating an outline for my Christmas tree. So to do that, I measured into my cardstock, and at the 6-inch mark, that's where my point would be. And I went ahead and drew a triangle just to give me an outline and to help me shape my tree. Right now, I am just going to go ahead and add my photo on, which is the main focal point, of course. And I'm using some foam adhesive behind that photo, which I also matted in black. And I'm going to add that to the tree. So now that I have my photo on my background, I'm going to go ahead and adhere these 2 elves as exactly where I want them to be. If you're doing this process, be sure to add in your larger items first. And since these 2 elves are the largest ones on this background, I went ahead and added them in. And now I'm going to work on my tree topper. Now, here I have a star, a wooden star, but I wanted something to have behind it to make it stand out a little bit more than it will if I just added it directly to that white cardstock. So I decided to go ahead and add it to that black cardstock just to give me a rough outline. And there I'm just fussy cutting it out. And of course, it's not a perfect star, but that's totally fine with me. I do not mind at all. I just wanted that basic star outline behind my wooden star. So now to fill in my tree, I pulled out all of my stickers that I'm going to be using, but I decided first to do my title, which I went ahead and added directly onto my photo. So I'm carefully adding in my alphas right now and using my T-square ruler. That way I'll get it nice and straight. And I am going to add my title on my photo. Now you can see those alphas are not huge alphas, but I decided to go ahead and put it directly on the photo. That way you can see my title, you can read my title, and it's not going to get lost in all the embellishments that's going to be surrounding this photo. And you'll see in the end, once you look at the layout, you can definitely see my photo there. It still remains the focus on this page, and you can definitely see my title. So my title, of course, reads Santa Was Here, which is appropriate since this was the photo that was taken Christmas Eve. I had put out all of the presents under the tree, had it all set up for next morning, and I went ahead and snapped this photo. So now that I have my title down, I am going to begin filling in the spaces to complete the shape of my Christmas tree. So I'm adding in some wood veneer stars. I am going to use some word phrases from the sticker sheet from the Holly Jolly collection from Close to My Heart. And I'm also going to be using some other little stickers from the sticker sheet as well, such as some presents. I have an ornament on there, and I do pull in some enamel dots as well. So you can see with those word phrases, I ended up cutting some of them just to make sure that they fit the shape that I needed. Now, when I outlined my tree, I used a fine liner, and I probably should have used a pencil instead. So at the end of this process, you'll see I will go in and show you guys how to get rid of any lines that are left over if you cannot erase the ones that you have on there. So there you can see I added another element, another star to my tree topper, which would be that silver holographic puffy sticker. And I'm also pulling in some more of those holographic puffy stickers to the rest of the background. And I'm just going to continue filling in my spaces with these stickers, just making sure I have a nice balance of all of the colors that I'm using and also all of the different sizes. Now you'll also notice as I go on that I do move some of these embellishments around just to make sure I have that balance. So here I'm just going to go ahead and continue filling in the bottom of my tree. And you will notice that some of these items I add in, I do add some foam adhesive behind them. That way they'll lift it off the page. I'm getting a little bit of dimension since not all of these stickers will be just flat on that background. So now I am looking at my tree and I feel like I needed to pop a little bit more than it is. So I'm going to go ahead and mat my entire layout on some pattern paper. And to do that, I'm going to remove about a ½ inch off two sides of this background. And I'm going to gut my pattern paper now. The one that I used is from the Close to My Heart Holly Jolly collection. And one side would be red and the other side would be green. And you'll see I do go back and forth right here just to decide which one I wanted to use. And I love both sides. I absolutely love how the green looks, but I think the red actually made my tree pop more than the green one did. So here I'm just going to adhere it by using my ATG adhesive. I'm going to stick one side of it down on that frame. Make sure it's nice and even all the way around. And once it is, I'll go in and add adhesive to the other three sides. Here I added in my tree stump, which is a brown cardstock I had on my desk. And I just added in there that this was Christmas 2019. I do go in a little bit and also add that this was Christmas Eve and 2019 is in the center. You can see I added some really glittery white, very thin washi, and it's not very sticky. So I do need to add some liquid adhesive here just to hold it in place, especially towards the edges. I am using my clear shimmer brush from Close to My Heart to add a little bit of shimmer to some of the elements here on this page, including the stump, the hats on the elves, and the presents. Now all of the lines that I have left that I can see while using that fine liner pen, I went in with my white off pen and I'm covering that up. So my background is white, so the white off definitely worked for that purpose. So I wanted to add something to the background, but not wanting any splatters to make it busier than it already is. So I went in with that shimmer brush and just added a little bit of glitter all around the tree, and I felt like the tip of my tree right here needed to be a little bit more narrow, so I moved my star up, and next up you'll see I will fill in that space in between the star and the top of the tree. I'll go ahead and fill that in, and I use some of this border sticker here. I cut apart all of those little leaves, and I will go ahead and tuck those leaves in on different areas on this background. So I hope you guys enjoyed the process today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, check out my description box to see all of the items I used on this layout, as well as the links to everyone participating today. Go on over and see what projects they completed today that will be Christmas themed. And hopefully we can inspire you to go ahead and grab that stack of photos that you have laying on your desk from maybe last Christmas or maybe a few Christmases before, and go ahead and get them documented. So I want to thank you all for watching today, and until my next video, bye.